What up, y'all? Welcome to Walk Up Sync Podcast. As the title says, birds are chirping synced outside my apartment. There's cars driving synced outside right now in the parking lot. And on the streets. Birds just keep chirping synced outside my apartment window with what I'm doing inside my apartment. And they were chirping as I was setting up this live stream and typing. The birds are chirping synced. The birds start chirping when I'm typing that. And they've been doing it a bunch of times the last hour or something like that. Probably all day. I mean, they're always doing it, but yep. There's this guy walking up and coughing as cars are driving out and bikes are riding out, and he has a red hat on. And I think he walked in the building synced with a tan truck, I'm pretty sure, and then the bikes are riding out of sight as a bird flies in front of him at the same time and chirped at the same time they did that. And then I recorded this video for this documentary part 3 today, and there's a bunch of tan cars syncing up, and tan cars syncing with other tan cars. Spoiler alert, it's documentary part 3, but that happened. And then I recorded another video for documentary part 3 this morning, and then I recorded a couple other videos today. So stay tuned for documentary part 3. And then there's going to be documentary part 4 and 5 and I don't know how many. But spoiler alert for documentary part 3, a couple of military helicopter things, whatever you call them, they're it looks like a plane kind of, but it has helicopter propellers, whatever you call those military things. 2 of those flew over me today, synced. And I recorded it for documentary part 3, so stay tuned for documentary part 3. It's a spoiler alert, special announcement, exclusive spoiler alert. And then there's been a bunch of red and blue cars today also. It's red and blue car day. It's just always fluctuating like that. It's just always I've been seeing a bunch of red and blue cars today, and I've been seeing a bunch of tan cars today. But especially on that video I recorded today, I was seeing a bunch of tan cars. These people are walking this bike up the sidewalk, and when they walked in front of the intersection, somebody walked through the intersection behind them. And there's a million cars synced up right now. So that's the Walk Up Sync Podcast. Hold on, I'm gonna play the theme song, Walk Up Sync. My neighbor is making thudding sounds as I was like trying to open iTunes. Do you hear the engine sounds outside? Walking up the street. Oopsie. So yeah, when I was like trying to open iTunes, my neighbor was like, there's a white truck parking and somebody's walking behind him in the parking lot. And I'm walking up the street. My water heater is turning on synced. So I'm about halfway done with documentary part 3 though. I got about an hour of footage right now on it, so I'm gonna make another hour and a half, 2 hours documentary. So probably I'll screen record this video and put it on there maybe, or like part of this video I'll put on there. Am I really pixelated right now? Is everything really pixelated? Because it's been doing that on the last few live streams. It's like 8-bit video. So I can't record stalkers anymore on live stream. Because the car will just be a red square. It'll be a red square syncing with a blue square. This guy on his bike just rode by and it looked like he was looking up at my apartment window, but he had sunglasses on, so I don't know. He's probably doing that. He's probably walking up sync. There's a bunch of cars synced though. So I'm just here with the sports announcement of the Walking Up Sync Olympics, Special Olympics, Stocktard Olympics outside my apartment right now. And then there's been a bunch of things that I haven't recorded. Like I haven't been recording a lot, really. So like, and then like on the documentary videos, it's like they tame it down a little bit. They tone it down a little bit. Like there's been no, like on any of the videos I recorded for all these documentaries, there's been no like sirens. I don't remember if there was any cops. There might have been a couple of them, but like every time I walk by the police station though, there's no cops coming out. Except there was one cop that like he like drove into the police station behind me synced after I walked by it, but I guess there was the one that went in there was the one on the first one that went in the police station building, and then there was that one that went in it behind me. He went in the police station building. It was like deja vu. It was like when I walk up to that intersection, they're going in the building. You know, like on the first one, I was walking this way up to it, and on the second one, I was walking the other way up to it. But other than that, I don't think there's been any cops on it. There hasn't been any, like, sirens or, like, today a bunch of crazy shit happened, I guess. But there's a bunch of loud cars meeting me at intersections and shit. But It's like they'll be more stalkered up when I'm not recording though. It's like there'll be more like noise harassment and shit, and like crazy intricate syncs. They just get stock-tarded. Let's get stock-tarded. I saw a garbage truck, I think, or some type of truck that was stalking. This red truck driving extremely slow in the parking lot. Is he about to sink? He's got a blue shirt and a red truck and he's revving his engine. And the last time he revs his engine is right as he's driving by me. And I think he's synced with this other car in the parking lot, and there's a bunch of other synced cars outside. And then there's more of them. Holy sync mobiles, bot man, that's stock-tarded. Any birds flying over my head? Or another military vehicle? What do you call those things? I need to look it up. And then another plane flew over me today too that I didn't record. And then I think there was a helicopter, or no, I think it was just a plane. I thought it was a helicopter at first, but then it like came over and like curved over by me. And there's been a lot of planes lately. And then there's a siren like the other night when I was like laying in bed, and I like woke up and like I wake up and roll over in bed, and then there's a siren going off. And then there was another siren that I forget. There's a bunch of other sirens lately. But none when I'm recording yet. Not since I started these documentaries. Well, I recorded the one that was already going off when I was in my apartment. But other than that, and then I've been seeing a bunch of one headlighters and a bunch of dim headlighters lately. It's just things just fluctuate, like I said, like I won't be seeing them for a while or whatever, or I'll just see like a few of them per day, and then I'll just see a bunch of them all of a sudden. And then I'll keep seeing a bunch of them for a week straight, and then the next thing will be purple cars, and then there'll be purple cars syncing with pink cars, and then there'll be fucking just whatever. They'll just like do things and do it repetitively, and then it'll go away for a while, and then it'll come back, and then whatever, it'll fluctuate. I've never seen them syncing purple with pink car, or maybe, I don't remember. Like they synced like a yellow car with a green car today, and I've seen that before, like, and I'll see them sync a yellow car with an orange car, and I think it's just because, like, on the color wheel they're like next to each other. But definitely they'll sync orange cars with red cars and blue cars, because red cars and blue cars sync all the time. So they'll use an orange car like it's a red car, and they'll sync it with red and blue, with red cars or blue cars or red and blue cars, whatever. And then they'll sync purple cars with red and blue cars, because red plus blue equals purple. So they'll sync a purple telelift with it, or a purple car. They do that a lot, but not all the time, but a lot. Or a lavender car or whatever. And they'll just do sync tardations intricately, ingeniously, stock-tardedly. There's a guy walking in front of the intersection as a car drives through it, and then it's starting a chain reaction of stockmobiles. And there's someone that walked out synced, I think. I don't remember if she walked out synced, because I just see a billion of them per second, so I just forget what happened 5 minutes ago. But she's been sitting in her car a long time, so I don't know if she's just waiting to sync or something. Probably. She had a red shirt on, I remember that. This white truck drove by me that's always synced, and right after it, a car honked hitting its lock button, and there's a guy walking with red shorts that was probably the guy that hit the lock button. And there's a bird chirping as a white SUV is turning into the parking lot. That seems very synced up with it. And then the girl that was sitting in her car is getting out of her car again as the white SUV drives behind her car. And then there's this loud engine sound, and there's a bunch of cars synced up on the street as she gets out with her red shirt back out of her car again. And then she was waiting for her friend in the white SUV, and they're talking to each other, and they're like, ha ha ha, we synced on him. Look, he's looking out his window at us. We synced. There's a bunch of cars driving by synced on the street the entire time, and there still is, and then there's more of them, and then there's more of them. And then they're walking up synced with a white car driving behind them, and they keep looking up at my window, and they're like, huh, we're synced. Huh. We're the sync heads. We synced on him. I don't know if anything happened when they went in the building. I don't know what happened there. There's a bird flying in front of me right now, synced with cars on the street, though. That's happening. This is really retarded. It's like funny, but it's not. But it's kind of hilarious, though, how there's just a bird flying in front of me synced with cars. Like, it's just kind of funny. But it's stalkered up, though. So it's not funny, really. It's kind of fucked up. But it's, like, kind of funny, though, that there's just a bird. Like, it's just funny that people just slam their car doors synced. Like, it's just kind of funny in a way. It's just retarded, bro. It's just like stupid as fuck. Like I'll just hear a car door slam outside, and I'm like, "Yup." Like, isn't that stupid? Like on my water heater will turn on, and I'm like, "Yup, there it is again." That's Skynet. I see Skynet driving by me again with multiple stock puppets. The stock Hot Wheels, stock mobiles. Skynet's just playing with a bunch of Hot Wheels cars all day and Barbie dolls. So, what else? Do you hear the birds chirping? I think they're singing. I came out of my apartment this morning, and my neighbor's coming out of his apartment at the same time, and then he's walking by me as I close my apartment door, and then I walk down the hallway, and I get to the stairs, and there's a guy meeting me at the stairs. And my refrigerator just turned on synced right now. Did you hear it? And then there's this other guy, like when I went back in my apartment, he's like at the top of the stairs when I'm at the bottom of the stairs, and then he's meeting me at the middle of the stairs, and then he's walking out of the door as I get to the top of the stairs. He's opening the door. This is shit they do. And then they'll just like come over and stand by me and just stand close to me. And then maybe just start a conversation with me just to do it. Which I don't hate people, you know, whatever. I'll talk to them and shit even, but like they're just doing it to stalk me though. And then they'll do directed conversations and shit. And just walk up, just stand next to you and be a fucking weirdo. And stand really close to you. Like if I walk up and start a conversation with somebody, I'm not gonna walk up and stand right next to you, bro. I'm not gonna walk up and stand this close to you. Like why would you do that? Sorry, I was just getting distracted by all the stock mobiles outside my apartment. There's like a billion of them right now. So how y'all doing? Who's the two people in here? What's up? Are you a stocktard or are you not stocktarded? And if you're a stocktard, how did you get stocktarded? Did you fall on your head and hit your head really hard? Or what? What's wrong with them, man? Why are they stocktarded? There's somebody getting a turquoise car, and I think it's the one that always sinks on me all the time. It's like a turquoise, like, SUV thing. So I think it's that one. It's taking off right when I move. So I think it's sinking. It's backing up in front of the intersection and it's driving forward as a car drives to it. And there's birds flying up, sink. That's stocktarded. So, trying to think what else. What other themes have they been doing lately? I don't know. It's just been stocktarded. I know that. My one neighbor was talking a bunch of times, synced again, or no? He was like turning on his sink or his toilet or whatever a bunch of times yesterday. There's blue cars parked, and he's closing his door as a cop drives out. And my water heater's turning on as the cop gets to the intersection, syncing with another car. And also, the guy that got out of the blue car was syncing with him, I think. Like walking synced or whatever. I don't know. But my water heater turned on, synced with him. And there was a red truck syncing with the blue car that parked too. Did I mention that part? And there's a bug flying in my window that seems very synced. And then there's gonna be more birds synced. I don't see them right now, but they're coming. Are they gonna fly over my head? Fly over my head right now for the video. It'll be all pixelated anyway. It'll just be a square flying over my head. There's a bird flying in front of me right now when I set my phone down. That was synced. What's up, man? What's up with the sink? I just want to know the mechanisms of the sink. What's up with the sink? There's an engine sound. Did you hear him? He was the sink. Like, why, dude? Why are people and cars and construction sounds and birds and dogs barking and dogs running around and cats running around and squirrels and rabbits running around and bats flying around and bugs flying around and bed bugs crawling around and lights turning on and off and car alarms and cars honking and train horns honking and planes flying over my head? Why is it all synced? What's up with the sink, dude? I just want to know. Nobody can tell me. And they let you know that they're doing it deliberately. Like the people that do it, like the dogs aren't doing it deliberately, I don't think. And maybe even like little toddlers that are sinking, maybe they're not conscious of what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. But like people will be letting you know that they're deliberately sinking though, as they sink, and they'll be like, or they'll drive by me synced and they'll be like, don't sink, because they see my videos. But like they're driving by me synced and then they're sinking a bunch of times. Like a sink head. And like without looking at me and shit. Like with their back to me, they'll be sinking and shit. And then when I walk by them, they'll be like, don't sink. And shit like that. Or they'll just be like whatever, or they'll be honking at me. They'll be obviously, like, they'll be hitting their lock button a bunch of times at synced moments. Like, why do you lock your car 100 times? And just shit like that. Like, they're obviously doing it deliberately, knowingly. But like, what? Are they body snatched? Are they like what? Are they robots? Am I in Westworld right now? There's a siren going off as all these cars are driving out. Is he gonna drive by me with the siren? But yeah, dogs will just like take a piss synced or take a shit synced. Literally, dogs will just like take a piss right next to me. I'll be walking up the sidewalk. There's a guy walking the opposite way up the sidewalk. And then when he walks by me, the dog is pissing on a tree right next to me. The siren drove off in the distance. And I saw a King Jr. video where he recorded that, with a dog pissing sink next to him. So it's a common thing in the stock culture, I guess. There's a white car taking off in the parking lot right now. Is he one? Looks like he's driving off synced with the cars on the street, I think. Yeah, he's syncing. He was syncing with the white SUV, and then I've seen other syncmobiles. Holy syncmobiles, Botman! My neighbor just sneezed when I said that. The engine sound is synced with cars on the street. So, what else? But when I'm outside too, it's been a lot of sync birds lately. I mean, it's summertime, so there's obviously more birds outside. But there's been a lot of birds just like flying close to me and shit, and flying at me, and like just fighting right next to me or whatever. And two birds will just fly up next to me and start fighting each other. And there's the one video where I recorded it. I don't know if it's on the documentary series or if it was a video before that. I think it was before that. But these two birds just like started fighting like right over my head. I think I see a red shirt dog walker sinking. I think the bird chirping was sinking. Probably. I don't know, if I see a bunch of syncmobiles and my water heater just turned off synced with syncmobiles on the street. So that's happening. Just a bunch of people walking by in the hallway synced and shit. There's a car driving out, and then he's syncing with cars. And they're black and silver cars. And then there's a whitey truck syncing with a silver car. And then the silver car is gonna sync with a black car. And then the black car is gonna sync with a silver car. Nope, the silver car synced with a guy on a scooter coming into the parking lot. Then he's gonna ride by me on a scooter. And he's turning the scooter around. And there's a bird chirping as he does that. And then the silver car is coming in the parking lot and it's syncing with the scooter guy again. And then there's people walking out of the building synced with the scooter guy. Like riding out of sight behind him. And then the silver car is parking synced with a car driving through the intersection. And then this little kid is walking away from his parents at the same time. I think he was synced with it. And then they're all walking up to the car and they're gonna get in their red car as a red van is parking and a cop is driving out. They're opening the door on the red car with their child, synced with a cop and another red car parking behind them. And then the cop probably synced when he drove up to the intersection, and there's a bunch of cars syncing, and there's one coming in the parking lot. It's probably going to sync with the guy with the red car. Oh, and they got a baby stroller too. There's people syncing with their children, and children syncing by themselves, and it's a bunch of weird ass shit going on. Why are they syncing? And why are they syncing with their children? Why, bro? I still don't know why, bro. There's red cars syncing with white cars. There's like two red cars syncing with each other, and then a bunch of white cars at the intersection. Syncing, and then they're syncing, and then they're syncing, and then they sync, and then they're sync, and then they sync, and then they're syncing, and then they synced it. Like they're just like these people are walking across the parking lot and they're like syncing a billion times. And they're syncing, and then they sync, and then they sync. So that's some more documentary bonus content, special features. We got documentary part 3 coming at you soon. We might get the full 2-hour movie done. The red car is gonna start as the people from the other red car are walking by me. Like he's putting his baby out of the baby stroller in the car for a long time, and then he was putting the stroller in the car synced, and then he got in the car synced, and then he started it when they walked by me, and they're just like slowly walking across the parking lot. And there's a tan car synced with the red car as he gets out of the parking lot, and they're synced, and then they're synced. And there's two black cars driving out with each other, syncing. And the door in the hallway is slamming, syncing. And there's two blue cars that are gonna sync with each other right now. And they're like the same color blue as each other. So, should I keep the video going? What if another siren goes off or a military jet flies over my head? and I can't catch it. Should I keep the video going? Should I end the video? Do y'all fucks with the Walking Up Sync podcast? Is this a good podcast? I need like an actual podcast studio though. That's what I'm missing. But hit the Cash App and PayPal so I can get a podcast studio. There's a red car driving by that looks synced, and the person in the passenger seat was laughing, and they're like, "Look, we're syncing on him." And there was a guy going in the building at the same time, I think. I was seeing a bunch of people with their arm out the window today, sync. There's a kid riding by me on a scooter now. He's probably about to sync. He's syncing with a red car driving out. Syncing. A child syncing. There's a bird flying up synced with cars, and there's a bunch of other stock tards driving around, and there's one driving through the parking lot that's going to park sync. I think it's the red car that synced with the kid on the scooter, and then there's a bird chirping, flying up synced as the car parks, and another car parks at the same time next to it. Hold on, I gotta take a breath. And then they both got out of their cars at the same time too. Nothing happened when they walked in front of the intersection. That's a miracle. Usually when people walk in front of the intersection, a car has to drive through it, but nothing happened when they walked in front of it. Is something going to happen when they walk in the building? There's a truck driving out that looks synced with them walking in the building, and it's meeting a white SUV at the intersection. They just have to sync. But why? Why though? Why? Bruh, why is 99% of people out here synced? Why? Why is it 99% of people that are synced? It's literally 99% of people at least that are synced. Well, I'm not synced, and other targeted individuals aren't synced, so there's like 300 of us. There's like the 300 Spartans out here, and they're not synced. But 99% of the other people are synced out here. I don't know about other places, but So around here, 99% of people are synced that I see on a daily basis. Unless I'm on an extremely busy street or something. Like at that car show, it's on Stockumentary Part 2. There's a lot of people there, so like I don't know how many of them were synced. I know a few of them were synced. You can see it on the video, and you can hear the guy when I walk by him. He's like, stock. He's like talking about stocks or something, like STOCK. But he says it right when I walk by it, and then somebody else said stock yesterday synced. And then they were playing the piano when I walked by the crosswalk and shit. So, like, I don't know how many people there were synced. Like, there's just a lot of people just, like, standing around and shit. But, or, like, on an extremely busy street, like, I don't know how many of them are synced or whatever. Or if I'm in a really crowded place. But, like, right now, the entire time I'm looking out my window, 100% of them are synced. 100,000% of them are synced. Like all the cars driving by and all the people are synced. Like all of them. Strategically synced with color patterns and shit. Strategic syncs. Like there's this white truck driving by me right now as another car is turning to park. And it's synced. And this bird is flying up over me, like in front of me as the white truck turns. Like it stopped for a second and then it turns when the bird flies up in front of me. And the bird flew like straight up and then it was like hovering and then it was like when the truck turned. So that's just what's happening out here. It's Walking Up Sync podcast. They're Walking Up Synced again. So I'm on here talking about it again because they're just Walking Up Sync. So that's Walking Up Sync podcast. Who's the 3 people in here? Are you Walking Up Sync? Don't sync. There's engine sounds as they walk in the building out of the white truck that park sync. It went honk. Sync. Sync. So that's the Walking Up Sync podcast. I'm your host, Ilcat. Don't sync. Vote for Ilcat 2028. Hit the Cash App, PayPal. Click the share button. Click the like button and subscribe. Don't sync.